Planck's constant tells us the smallest unit of energy that can be released at a given frequency. These amounts of energy are called quanta and are given by the equation energy equals Planck's constant times frequency. It is possible to measure Planck's constant using some relatively simple equipment. An LED will start to emit light of a particular wavelength at a precise voltage, called the threshold voltage, which can easily be measured. The voltage allows us to calculate the energy going into the LED, and the wavelength of the light allows us to calculate the light's energy. Given that the energy of light is Planck's constant times the frequency, we can calculate the value for Planck's constant. However, there is just one slight complication. Energy from heat is also going into the LED. We can eliminate this effect by taking the threshold voltage for different coloured LEDs, and assuming that the thermal energy supplied to each LED is the same, we can remove this effect. We can switch on the power supply using the switch here. You just zoom in a little using the plus key, we can see this more clearly. So I click on this and you can see here that that indicates that the power supply is now connected. That's all you need to do with the power supply, as the voltage has been preset to 6 volts. If you want to see the LED light up as soon as possible, then we can switch off the room lights using the switch here, and we can also bring the blind down to make it as dark as possible. We're actually going to determine the point at which the LED starts to emit photons by monitoring the current, and it is not possible to see the light from the LED immediately that it starts emitting. The number of photons is just too small. What we observe is that the current being measured by our ammeter will go up sharply at the point that the LED starts to emit photons. We position ourselves so that we can see the LED, the 2 meters, like this. This is probably pretty much an ideal position. Now we turn the potentiometer up until we see that right hand multimeter jump up. And there it goes, and if we go a little bit further we should see the light come on, the LED start to emit. So go back a bit and we just want to identify the precise position where this starts to jump up, and that's about there. So we have the threshold voltage is 1.3 volts. Now we can repeat this for the other coloured LEDs. But first you need to switch off the power supply. If you switch off the power supply, you can then click on one of the other colours and it'll be swapped into the circuit, and then you can repeat the reading for the next colour. You switch this back on and you repeat the experiment. Okay, so that's how you do it. You obviously want to do it for all 3 colours and note those threshold voltages. Thank you.